Okay, we're live. Why can't I be seen? Okay, I have to turn my camera on. Haha. Hello. Greetings. My background is look a bit shit, innit? This is all right. Oh, hi. How you doing? Welcome to Live Night with Kama I. Peace and much love. Blessings to you all. Okay, so it's me on the deck. Me alone on the deck. And we have some soothing mantras here. Ganesha. Jai Ganesha Pahima. Okay, and it removes obstacles and negative energy. If you want to hear a little bit closer. From that orange vibration, I can't see my phone. Okay. Anyways, I hope you're all doing well. And I know that's really just me on deck right now, but that's cool. I'll be sharing this out for a few people. So let's talk about love. You know, we have Valentino's Day coming up. I don't like to say Valentine because that's all a myth. Like, you know, that Valentine's Day derived from a pedophilia kind of situation where there was this man called Valentine's who wanted to have rights to be a pedophile. So this day was named after him, and that's what he was about. So I don't perpetrate that, but we know that the collective energy enjoys this time to, celebrate love. So we want to bask on that energy and flow and rewrite it, rewire it even to make it conducive for us. So yeah, let's call it Love Month. Let's call it Cosmic Love Month. And that's what I've dubbed it, and that's how I'm moving forward. And it being an 11 day, I chose this day specifically because the two is where one becomes two, and that's union, that's communion, and it also guides our intuition. And that it's almost like our separate bodies coming together. The same way when we come into partnership, it's two becoming one. And it's always good to look to our most sacred partnerships. And how we can do that is by getting to know ourselves first and foremost. And most importantly is loving ourselves first and foremost. And I'm trying to find the camera. And finding out who we are, getting to know ourselves holistically. And sometimes I know people like you hear these terms and you want to know, what does it actually mean? Like, what does it mean to know yourself holistically? And I'm going to do a separate video on that. But for right now, I'm going to say that it is about knowing your in and out, knowing your mind, your spirit, your soul, and your body. We have to know our physiology, our mental, and our emotional, and our spiritual. There's many ways to crack that code. And again, I do many consultations. Like, I can't give you everything, and sometimes I give too much, and it can get a bit bargery. So if you come to me one-on-one, that we can sort things out and we can work things out a little bit better. I hope I can be heard. I got 2 earpieces right now because last recording live I did was a shambles with the audio, right? So I'm trying to be extra cautious. Yeah, so loving thyself first and being uniquely ourselves, not following. We're not sheeps or lambs or whatever. Actually, I think it's sheeps. We're not sheeps, okay? We came here to be leaders, to lead ourselves, to be uniquely ourselves. As although we are all one, each one has an individual part to play for the whole. If we all start doing the same thing, then the whole is not complete. The whole is not fulfilled. And the whole is encompassed of the Most High, the Infinite One. Okay, God, as you may call it. I don't like to use that term God because God is you and I. It's a little bit trivial. Not that we are trivial, but it's just like it's not the highest seed for that one infinite being, which I prefer to say or prefer to alike to. Yeah. So it's important to love ourselves, know ourselves, and be a unique higher self. It's not just about being different, it's about being our highest self. So it's not about being just a rebel, just being different, but be a rebel with a cause. And tuning to our higher self is easy and not so easy because it is always there. But because we can get so bombarded and so blinded by the everyday nuances that we forget that we are such high beings and we have higher connections, and we're not just on this plane right now. We actually have many planes all at the same time, you know? But yeah, we came in to do some love readings, Joe, and that's what I want to do. I want to do some love readings. Let's do a collective energy reading for us all right now. So I'm gonna use these Romance Deck Angel cards right now. I just wanna find out what the energy is for. What do you mean first one? I'm gonna do the collective one. The collective first. Collective. Let's see what the general collective is on for love right now. And we've got codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Wow. So a lot of us are in codependent situations. Like we are, what does it mean to be codependent? It means to be in a situation where you wanting to gain something rather than just being whole in it. You're being full of yourself. I'm looking for the box. Being full of yourself. You're dependent on somebody. And we're all interdependent, but interdependent is a better term than being codependent, because interdependent means you're connected, but you still being yourself. When you're codependent means you are connected and you're only relying on that connection. And that's a problem, because then we just get lapsy daisy. I don't know if that's the right term, or that's the way you say the term. But it's just like we then misconstrue ourselves. We just get left a mess. And it's like, because remember, it's two wholes that make the one. It's not two halves, because two halves make one. It's one. You know what I'm saying? If you are whole already, then you make a more conducive one. And once you have that one, then there's an energy and aura around that one when you are already whole. But if you come as two halves, then you make one, and that is it. That is it. What else can we say? What's the angel guidance for that situation? Codependency. How do we work around it? High guidance for this situation where we are codependent. We have understanding, and it reads, your angel guidance is to examine yourself and your current situation in depth, so that you have a clear awareness of the underlying reasons for your challenges and situations. Acquaint yourself with facts about situations and attitudes before you take decisions. Self-awareness is a necessary foundation on which to build strong relationships, friendships, and work. Understanding your personality is a basis for understanding your spiritual self and your mission on earth. Ask your angels to help you. The affirmation is, I seek an understanding of myself and my life. Boom. There you go. Again, yeah, Divine already said we are codependent, and we have to break away from this codependency, because it's not serving us. It's not good for us. And understanding who we are is checking to get away from this codependent situation, is understanding who we are, who we came to be, and what do we need to change to be the best we, you know? Understanding that personality is the basis for understanding our spiritual self and our mission on earth. Is again our way is to talk about, we have to get to know who we are, who we came to be, so we can fulfill our mission, because we each have an individual mission to fulfill. If we're not doing that, then we're wasting time. Okay, we're living haphazardly, and that's no good for nobody. Ari, what else do we need to know? Okay, let's see. Let's look about the South Node and the North Node for this situation right here. So the past lessons that we were supposed to learn and what we need to go forward, which is in the South and North Node. Okay, so the first one, can we get a South Node card? South Node for this situation of codependency and understanding. Oh, is that both of them? Okay. For South Node, we have the Three of Raphael and the Eight of Gabriel. Okay, and the Three of Raphael is the Three of Cups, and the Eight of Gabriel is the Eight of Wands. Let's read it. It says, reasons to celebrate a community of friends, happy announcements regarding relationships or children, And the Eight of Gabriel reads, a great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, important communication. So this is for our South Node, or is it both? Anyone? Okay, so this is for both. We have Three of Raphael would be our South Node. So Three of Cups situation, which is a congregating and coming together. Again, it's almost like this codependency. Is that codependency situation? It's that codependent situation. Again, okay. So it's a bit of both actually. It's so the codependent. So we're going to use both of these cards for the South Node. Three of Raphael, again, being too willing to be part of the group. That's that Libra and Aries North Node. Here I am, Libra and Aries North Node. But this is why the message had to come through me. And it's being too codependent on wanting to do and be for others before we do for ourselves. And I'm reading again. It says, great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, important communication, and not actually communicating enough exactly what we specifically need and want in this time. You know, that is the lesson that we have to learn, to communicate better and to communicate well in the changes that's happening, because you know the sudden and immediate results, talking about even the Aquarius, and we are in the the North Node is actually in Leo right now, and opposite to that will be is in Aquarius. And although we are in Aquarius age, we have to learn not to take everything from the Aquarius age, because not everything is going to serve us for our highest good. You know that although we're in this age, we have to actually look to more of the Leo North Node, which is our fulfilling our purpose and using our will to our highest state. You know, working our solar plexus, being creative, creating, full stop, being a protector of the children, being the fierce warrior, you know, that roaring lion. Yeah. And these things is what we need to be focused more on, and less on wanting to come together and congregating and you know and just relaxing and you know just having fun. I mean, having fun is important. Leo's all about that as well. We want to have fun, we want to be cool, but we can't be. And another thing about Leo, we can't be too headstrong. We can't be too. I mean, we should be using our willpower, but not in a low vibrational ego way, but in a high vibrational ego way. And if you don't know what that means, check out my video on El Ego, raw reality clarity check. Right, that's number 3. And yes, reasons to celebrate is always good, and we should be playing, we should be joyful, we should be happy. But let's that's not indulge too much on that way. We have to also stand firm and strong on what is important, our responsibilities. Right. So what's the card, infinite one, for the North Node in this situation of the collective being too codependent and too lax and too just wanting to be merry rather than being on purpose and getting to know the reasons for being. Let's look it up, let's look it up, let's look it up. Okay, this one. All right, the Ace of Michael. That's the Ace of Swords. And it says, a wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. You know, this has been our thing. Like on Earth somehow. On Earth, we have to like effective communication is everything. I mean, it's cool that we talk and we don't talk and we communicate, because we communicate in more forms than just talking, right? But there's a lot of power in your words. Okay, although there's plenty of in your mind, that's how you create forms, and even in your emotions, that's how you can manifest. But once you speak it, once you can make align all 3 or 4 with your vision as well, you know, you can really do something. And more time we do damage because our communication is not clear, it's not effective, because we could be talking that. Imagine you want to get a really valid point across. Hands up, me, aye, but yet you're doing it in a way that is just not conducive for the person that you're trying to give it to. Like, you have to find your way to effectively communicate. Even the children and father and I tried to, just before we have to lock things off again for the last time though, I tried to build a little program where we were trying to learn how we can best communicate. How can we, better gel so we can be more conducive in front of the children together, rather than, they seeing rubbish all the time. They're seeing a more, collected and good steed. And it's like, we worked at it, we were trying to look at how we can effectively communicate. A lot of things come up, there's non-verbal communication, and there's, you know, um, many ways, but effective, still gone out right now. But effective communication is key. It's not just communicating. We can all communicate just by looking at somebody. That's a communication right there. But what is it effective? You looking at somebody and not saying anything, or not like pulling at the right kind of energy feeling form, can get misconstrued. So again, effective communication is key. And follow those ideas that you're getting. There's those, follow your intuition. There's many we get many cues, and sometimes we don't heed them, and that's where we are almost, that's where our downfall is. Because in those cues, like, they lay the gems. And don't allow anything, they says, don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Don't allow anybody or anything to pull you off your square. Okay, like, stay on purpose and continue on purpose. Yes, just gonna get a better visual for you all. um yeah, stay on purpose. Don't let anything pull you off. Like, slay those dragons that you need to. We have ace of Michael, that this is Archangel Michael. He's not necessarily blonde head, right? And he's not necessarily black either, but he's just an energy. It is an energy. It's not a man figure, it's an energy. Okay, it's almost probably like an orb even. It's a feeling, it's a thought, it's a inner standing that you have the power, and there's an outer, greater power outside of you that can, if you look to it, if you seek it, it can help you through any of those things. And Archangel Michael is very good for, helping you release ties of non-conducivity, whether it's people or things or energies, or even thoughts. Speak to your Archangel Michael, because I like to deal with the archangels. If anything outside of me, it's always going to be the archangels. Otherwise, everything I internalize. Like I said in our last video, in a few different videos I speak on, is like, any deities I work with is deities that already reside within me, that I am already encompassing. I am already of it. And we should all, like, kind of seek to go by that way, because when you start doing petitions, because these entities do become things, because so many of us have already, you know, made it a thing rather than realizing it within. So don't allow anybody and anything to take you off your square. Find your purpose and do what it do. Irie. Okay, so let me shall I anything else? Let me see. Let's look about relationships in general. Okay. What cards can we get for relationships? Because relationships are key in this world. We come to deal about relationships. How many cards? Four. Four. Irie. Okay, we have 4 cards here. What am I yawning for? Let this thing just get on. It's been a long day, It's been a long day for the eye. All right, let's read on. This is 47, which is 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. And it says, I'll envision the behavior I desire to inspire. Yes, listen, if we were a parent or anyone wanting to inspire positive behavior from another, we would do our personal vibrational work first We would align with our source energy by envisioning the outcome we seek and by holding those involved as positive objects of attention. We would not allow any current unwanted behavior to be the reason for our attention to them, i.e., be the change you seek, first and foremost, and hold things in highest vibration, even if you have to hold it away from you, because it's important. Because even though you want to see things in good light, it might just not be that. It might be so dark, and not dark is bad, yeah, but not, it might be so dragged down that it just can't come up to your level. And more time when it's completely off your wave, it's not going to be around you. And more time, it's better to keep it away from you when you know it's really not good for you, you know, but you should still hold it in divine light, still know that it is there for a purpose and a reason, and most likely it's for growth, more likely for your growth. Okay, for you to realize that sometimes, yeah, you might love this, you might want this, but if it's not good for you, if it's not conducive to you, then you must let it go and realize that it came here to teach you to let go, or to realize that not everything is what you want it to be. Sometimes it's something different and you can't change that. Some people need to learn to, because a lot of that came up on the mini reads that we did, that we have to let go of control issues. You can't think, oh, because for whatever perception you have, you feel like, oh, I'm gonna hold it like this and it's gonna be like this. Like sometimes you have to let things grow by letting it grow. You have to let things go by letting it grow. You have to let things grow by letting it go. It's a hard pill to swallow for myself, but yeah, most definitely I know this, and I'm gonna work it more so now. Okay, we're in a new day, we're in new times. We have to move forward, and we have another one, which is number 853, and it reads: "The law of attraction assembles happy relationships." Right? It says the law of attractions cannot bring you a well-balanced, happy person if you are not yourself already that. The law of attraction, no matter what you do or say, will bring to you those who predominantly match the person who you predominantly are. If you are not happy with yourself or with your life, the attraction of a partner will only exaggerate the discord, because any action taken from a place of lack is always counterproductive. You know this. We are reflections of what we see, as above, so below, as within, so without. Don't get it twisted. Not everything that you come to is exactly you, but there's a little nuance, little inch, little something of that person that is of you, good, bad, or indifferent. Okay. And if you want better than what you see, you have to check yourself and cultivate that better within first. It's a given. And 25:7, it says, "Causing pain for others would attract pain to me." The flawed premise, my group's or our way of life is the only correct way. Therefore, all others must be stopped, is the basis of the majority of unhappiness on our planet. Not only do those beings pushed against feel the pain, but those doing the pushing feel it as well. In fact, the unhappiest, least fulfilled among you are those who are pushing against others, because in doing so, you are disallowing the most important relationship of all, the relationship between you and you. Forget everybody else. I know we are in this world, we're not alone here, and other people matter. But first and foremost, you have to check what matters within you. What works, what doesn't work. Don't be wrong and strong. Like I had to say recently, just because I came through a Scorpio gateway, or because I came through an Aquarius gateway or a Leo gateway, doesn't mean I'm going to stay that way. That's not the way forward, even. The way forward is to find out the good parts of me, being a Scorpio, Leo, Sagittarius, whatever, and the not so, especially the not so good parts, and work that out. Find the other gems from the other signs that you also encompass to make you a greater being. It's a daily task. And just one little one little step back can mean like 10 steps back. But you don't want to look at it like that. Sorry, my bad. I shouldn't even put it like that. Sometimes I feel like, oh, fucking, I was on such a good steed. And all of a sudden I did one dumb thing. And I'm like, oh my God, what's the matter with you? You know, but don't beat yourself up as well. I am, and we all can be our worst and best critic and our worst enemy at the times as well. But it's always important to check ourselves. Like, that's the most important thing in life. Check yourself. I always say, check your spirit before you lose your soul. Don't be too prideful. Be open to the energies that feel good to you. Sometimes we can't even see the things that are good for us because we're blocked up with so much ism and schism. And that's where we do get into situations where we are losing our soul because different kind of spirits and energies are on us that's not for us. Sis, fix up with that. That was a person message, you know. I intended this next card here. Let me make sure I finish this one. Yes, causing pain for others would attract pain to me. And myself, I need to even check this because I'm about to go in on somebody because they tried to scam me in it. And it's a well-known, it's two people actually, but there's one because it's like the major amount of money that I gave to this woman and she's just taking the piss. And it's like, what are you doing? And I was about to do something real kind of callous, but I realized that it's probably not best. And to the other situation where it wasn't that great of amount, but the way we're going back and forth is getting a bit ridiculous. And these are all very well-known people, yeah. And I was about to just blast them, but I know maybe that's not the best way because I don't want to cause pain. Not really, but I feel like that's the only way I can get back my shit. But really, I'm gonna take it up to the higher councils, like I know I should, and like I said I would, and it will be fixed that way. Yeah. But let me not cause. I'm not here to like bruise your ego because it is misaligned. It should really be taken down up a notch. But I'm not the one to do that because I got my own shit to work on. I'm just gonna, take it up to the higher councils and let the parents deal with it. Yes, the higher guides. Thank you. I needed this. 25/7 spirit, reflection, contemplation, contemplation. Good for writing and 7 energy. Causing pain for others would attract pain to me. Don't do it. If you know that that's it. Even if you're feeling like you've been wrong done, like don't try. No, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Or I think there's another bit of that saying. But yeah, don't do it. Take it up to the higher councils. They will deal with it. Karma is that big. She will let it go around if it needs to, however it needs to. Because sometimes we don't even know the full scope. As intuitive as I am, and I know certain things that's going on with these two women that I'm dealing with. And even though they're not trying to show me, I know what it is. And it's like, yeah, but still, because in my physical pain, I'm going without now because they're trying to, it's like they're pulling on my energy, one, and then the other one's like taking big chunks of my money and not giving me the service that they said they're gonna. Like, yo, but you don't even know you know what's going on, but you can't help that situation. And you doing what I wanted to do is not going to help that situation. It's only going to cause more pain, and causing pain for others again causes pain right back at you. So the next card is 48/12/3. And it says, I intended to see the best in everyone. I intend to see the best in everyone. There you go. Like, although sometimes people are doing some bullshit, like, send them love and light and carry on doing you within. Do your work because you know that they're doing bullshit because you have some bullshit to take care of as well. It might not be the exact reflection. It might not be the same thing that you're doing. You might not even be on the same par. You might feel like that is not something I would do ever. But there's something within you that's BS-tery too. So work on that. Focus on that. As you clear that up, whatever it is that you have the connection with that's, messing you up with that individual, that system or that program or those people, it will work itself out. And you always get more than you even intended once you do the inner work first. And it reads, you can never consistently motivate anybody to anything. But when you see the best of them and you go over to where your version of the best of them is, and you align with that, offer one signal, signal, now you are part of the inspiration you see. Have you ever had that experience yourself when someone sees you and loves you and expects the best of you? Do you not shine in ways you never shined before? And do you not find it really hard to shine when another does not look for the best in you? Yes, because you know what? With the same sisters that I'm talking about, one of them said, because I call her sister, as I call all my sisters, because we are all cosmic beings, we all come from the stars, right? And she was like you're calling me, because she cussed me out. She cussed me out because of their stupid shit. And I was like, okay, if you're not a sister, then you must be a Lulu Amalu, which is a slave, And it's like, I saw you in great stead, but you don't want to take that. So I said, then I cussed her and I gave her the lower vibration. And with that, she didn't respond back because she realized like I was cussing this woman because she's calling me sister, like she's saying I can't spell because I called her sister. So I said, oh, if you don't recognize yourself as a sister, then you must be a Lulu Amelu, which is the primitive, that primitive animal, primitive slave came here to be, that's how the Caucasian race came to be. Like they came here to serve, to be servants and to be workers for the earth, not the gods of the earth, right? But we're getting off topic, and it's not all Caucasians because you know what? We are more than our shades. If your Caucasian mindset it, then that's what you are. But if you know you come from Ra, but you all have soul, then that's what you are. Okay. What else are we doing here? So let's look for. This one's a bit vague. The purpose one. Is there anything else to find? Let's trust our vibe. Let's check cards. Sonia Choquette. I love these cards. Sonia Choquette. Trust your vibes. Okay, let's pick up some trust your vibes cards. How many different? Four. One. Woo woo is wonderful. I love that card. Woo woo. Do 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 do. Woo woo. Da 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 da. Woo woo. Party over here and nothing over there. What we got here? Woo woo is wonderful. Yeah? And we got call on your woo woo is, let me show you. I can say that all the time. Woo woo is wonderful. Okay. Call on your joy, guys. Yes, joyfulness is so important. That can alleviate so much shit in your life, in your everyday walk. In the now, you have to be joyful in the now. I even retweeted something that Diddy, Puff Daddy, said. It's like whatever it is, don't worry about it. You're happy, you're sad, don't worry about it. Or not if you're not happy, then be happy, be in it now, right? But if something you can do about it, it's nothing you can do about it. Don't worry about it. Just me, I retweeted that. You have to just be in the now and be joyful and find your purpose and be in the moment. Don't dwell on nothing. Don't look too far back and do not look too far forward. Sankofa, we look back to move forward, but we still have to be in the present. Okay? And downtime. And we also have be generous. Yes, be generous to yourself first and foremost. But let me read the cards real quick. Number one is whoop whoop. Woo woo is wonderful. If you want to experience the joy of sixth sensory living, you must completely accept your psychic senses as natural and necessary to living a divinely guided life. Better yet, make it your first sense in terms of value to you. See it as the most glorious part of you, a reflection of your divine nature. Birds have radar, whales have sonar. You have vibes. It's the divine plan. In feeling and trusting your vibes, it's important to realize that this heart-based sense is actually the universe knocking at your door, trying to make your life easier. more successful, and more delightful. Accept that you are fully operating divinely guided sixth sensory being who is getting into the flow of higher vibrations and simply enjoying the life of synchronicities and blessings of wonder and beauty that it brings. Let your mantra be whoop whoop is where it's at for me. Whoop whoop doo doo whoop whoop ba-dum, ba-dum. Yes. We have to be more like more in the now and be more happy and listen to our heart, listen to our intuition, listen to our gut feelings. Because those are where the clues are. Again, those are where the answers lie for every and every situation. Once we align ourselves to just listen to our intuition and listening to our heart, feeling what we feel for any given situation, then we are more conducive, we are more successful, we are more happier, we are more in the present, and we are more in the now. I said that present now, okay. And we are more in alignment to what we are supposed to be fully. Not just what we want to be, not just what we desire to be, but what we need to be as well. What we came here to be. Okay, that's so important. Let's go for call on your joy guides. Number 16. I was gonna go jump on number to number, but let's go. Okay. Call on your joy guides. Your situation at this moment may feel critical, but don't allow it to become too serious or you will lose your way. Remember, on a soul level, this too shall pass. And it will pass much easier with the help of your joy guides to lighten your mood and alleviate your vibration so you can move on to better times. Learn to recognize when your joy guides are on the theme. They like to play games and sometimes practical jokes with you to keep you from taking things too personally. They're good at getting your attention with the antics. They may hide your keys, move your things, and steal one of your socks out of the dryer. Are the joy guys capturing your attention? Where or how are they getting you to relax a little and laugh at yourself? Let them. This reminds me of something. I had these curtains in my sister's bedroom, yeah? And I was like, yo, I found them cut. And I was like, I have plans for these curtains. So it's long, like 6-yard curtain. I just folded it up and it's always hanging. It's like a trail, right? And then I found them cut and I was cutting. I was thinking, this woman cut the damn things. And then when I got to speak to her, she was telling me she didn't cut them. And she was like, are you sure you didn't cut them? I was like, no, of course I didn't cut them. And I was like, oh my God. But this reminds me of what could have happened. I said to her, it's definitely spirit energy that's around here that someone wanted to fuck me over, piss me off. And now it's been cut. And I know I didn't cut it because I know I had intentions to keep it the way it is. So I know I wouldn't have cut it. And she's telling me she's adamant she didn't cut it. And I was like, okay, so it's a spirit. And she was like, and this just reminded me like at the time when we got to speak about it, it was like we was going out for her birthday, going out for some drinks and stuff like that. So really that was in a moment that we didn't have to get all like we didn't get too fussy, but we did kind of like, raise tones a little, and it was like you didn't have to go there. I mean, you could have just been more like, yo, because we didn't understand it. She didn't understand where I was coming from, and she just didn't understand. Yeah, that. And it's like, so sometimes don't take things too seriously. I mean, okay, so they cut. I haven't done the design I wanted to do. I've had it in mind for the longest while as well, and I haven't done it as yet. Probably a sign to me either you get things going or things will get going. Things will get got. Sometimes just laugh it off a little bit. It's not dire situation. It's not the worst. Like it was frustration at the time, but it's not that big of a deal, to be honest. And yeah, sometimes you have to just look at your circumstances as like, is this really worth that energy that I'm giving, that angst, that fire? But sometimes we have to just temper it. No big deal. Discuss it, communicate how you feel, whatever. Maybe we needed to have that discussion outwards, but it's not always to get you fussy. And I'm glad we didn't really go there. It was a good thing, but it's just what mine. That's the story I got personalized for that. There, yeah, just lighten up a little bit. Don't take things too seriously. Know that your guys, like, life is supposed to be fun. And although we have like non-conducive energies try to pull us, It's up to us to let that shit pull us. It's only because we get ourselves into low vibrations with it that then we become it. Keep joy filled, be in the present moment, and keep laughing. Okay, know that you have happy guides, and when you laugh more, the happy guides are here for you. Okay, we have downtime. This week downtime is number 3. 17. Oh, what? 16 was call on your joy guides. Woo woo is wonderful was number 1. 16, you know, is a 7. And we have downtime, which is a 3. Let's see. Downtime's always good. Okay. To tune into your intuitive and psychic vibes, it is essential to step away from the hustle and bustle of the world from time to time. Hermit stage, I love it. As a sixth sensory person, start the Pisces enemy. As a sixth sensory person, start appreciating the importance of refreshing your body, mind, and spirit by scheduling downtime. Time to do nothing but relax, hang out, and simply allow the world to go by. It affords you the inner space you need to refuel your psychic engines and gain access to the higher and more subtle vibration that you may have bypassed by living such a fast-paced, intense world. By living in such a fast-paced, intense world, your ego generally doesn't approve of downtime because it's asked to give up control, which it doesn't want to do. Rather, it wants to run your life through fear and anxiety, keeping things in your head and under control. The hallmark of five sensory unhappy living. Downtime liberates you from this fear-based treadmill and reconnects you to the pace and peace of universal flow. As my personal spiritual teacher once told me, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing. Now is one of those times. I don't agree with the ego. What did it say? Your ego generally doesn't approve of downtime because it asks to give up control, which it doesn't want to do. Rather, it wants to run your life with fear and anxiety, keeping things in the head and under control. Okay, it had very good. This is a misaligned ego. Okay, this is what everybody knows the ego to be. But again, I stand by this, that the ego can be your friend. It's whether you align it to your higher self. When you know your purpose, when you're on par with your higher self, then the ego propels you forward, okay, in this mundane life. Okay, but when you're not in your highest steed and when you're, wavering and stuff like that, the ego can run you down the ground, unhappy with fear and anxiety and trying to control. Okay. But yes, downtime is good time. Relax, take your time. Like there's no rush. There's no need for rush. Like we know that the society nowadays, everything's fast, fast, fast. Whether it's fast food, fast cars, fast women, fast men, fast everything, And we have to just be mindful that it doesn't have to be that way. And like there's no need to rush. Even fast talking, take time, breathe, be still a little bit, more times even. Yeah. And we have be generous, number 5. Or it's 50, number 5. Let's go. It says be generous. Right now, you're guided to elevate your vibration by being generous. Give of yourself rather than remaining fearful and refusing to share with others. The secret to generosity is to share freely with no strings attached, no secret agenda, and no unspoken expectations of now you owe me. Okay. Being generous means leaving yourself and focusing more fully on those around you. Give whatever you feel comfortable giving. The more authentically generous you are, the more you link with the eternal abundant web of life. The more you empty your cup to share with others, the more cup fills, not just materially, but in every way. The more you give of your time, talents, enthusiasm, and love, the more exponentially you draw the same vibrations back to you. And the more generous you are, the more you will activate your psychic sense because generosity opens the heart where your psychic sense originates. Never mind what others can or will give to you. It is your turn to share and do the giving. Yes, and I just got one message here. I'm going to have to share this one here. Because I wanted you all to come in. Again, I didn't want to have it all, everybody here, but we're not going to do, I mean, we haven't got many viewers right now, so many. We have got just me. And we're going to actually, because this is quite general, maybe love is not the one to have like that on live, but I just wanted to build a community of, you know, I'll draw people in that are on the same wave, and then we can, even with the commentary, we can help each other heal. But I guess it's not the time for that, and it'd be good. I would love to share this. Really, I would love more people to have been here. So if I can't, if they don't come to me, I'm gonna go to you. Okay, Sammy, I'm gonna release this and have it public. It's all good in the hood, okay? That's 50. I see it. These cards are the boom, boom thing. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, what else do we need to know then? Fine. Past lives, no. I feel like I'm supposed to be using this, but I don't know what. Time to decide. Make a decision based on your heart's true desire. Okay? Time to decide. For love, that's what we need to do. Many of you that's going to come onto this, it's time to decide. You know what? It's funny because I was just thinking to myself earlier, I've been single, okay, for a minute. Like, okay, my children's father, we have really been locked up for a bit, a year and a bit. Not even a year, that's a lie. Because my baby's free now. And we really broke up even before he was born. And thereafter, we kind of was together for a minute, kind of worked things out as I got pregnant. But I'm sure it was like, it wasn't even a whole year. He wasn't 1 year before I decided like this is too much, because yeah, there was many things. We're not going to get into it in this one. And so we've been like kind of on and off for that, and he's free now. So it's been an act, because I know I haven't had sex in a long fucking time. So good there. Because you know why I keep talking about sex, I'm a Scorpio. But also because sex is very relaxing, it brings about very happy feelings. It's a great way to just stretch. Most people talk about it, just a fucking feel, but no, it's not that. It's more than that. So much more than that. Sex is magic. And like sometimes we get really uptight and angry when we don't have that alleviation, especially when we already been there, did it and like it, good for it. So yeah, it's been like over 2 years at least that we've been together, or that I've been with someone. So I've been single for a minute and ready to mingle at one point, just most recently, to be honest. And it's like no one was checking for me. Where I was even checking for one guy, and he was just giving me bare air and just bare like side looks and shit. And now I feel like I'm approaching this energy where I'm feeling there's a lot of options. There's a lot of people thinking about me and wanting to check for me. And now I feel like I have to decide. I'm like, yo, when I was free and single, when I was just looking for one, like no one was there. And now all of a sudden, I just feel all this energy of people just, oh, yeah, and I'm like, I don't want to have to decide between people though. I just get one that's just for me. Like, what the fuck? And I know it's because I know I have the stage of things that I'm at right now. I have to make sure I'm using my discernment and not just going for for whatever. And so yeah, man. But yeah. Anyways, decide, innit? It's time to decide. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. Okay? Don't go for the outside look. Don't go for the persona. Go for what truly makes your heart sing, what makes your heart beat. Check your past experiences as well. Like check your past experiences. I'm just hearing myself and realizing where I need to connect this message to myself. But this message is not just for me, it's for us all. Check where you've already been, where you don't longer want to be. Like now that you know what you don't want, it's easier to find what you do want. Okay, but it's like that's how it goes. Counseling, you hear with kind words, wise advice, and an empathic ear. Be a counselor to some people as well. Talk to people. Okay, talk to people. Talk to people about how you feel, and listen as well. Ask them how they feel. You know, in love, that's what we have to do. See what else we got here. Teaching. You inspire young people to learn. Like, as a person that's experienced certain things, be there for others that you feel may be coming up and experiencing similar things. Okay, be the teacher, be the guiding light for someone that's going through the same tunnel you just come out of. Just got a message as well. Don't be them teachers there that go and learn from other teachers and then go and like do everything is yours. Like, allow me, man. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. It's so annoying. Like, give thanks. I know there's so many people out there that I've like connected with that's looking at my shit from behind closed doors, trying to anyways, and then like posing as if that's their own shit. And I'm like, we're all interconnected. Like, don't think I don't know it. I know. I know you, stuff. It's kind of sad. Like, let you do your thing, but everybody knows what's genuine. And some people don't realize, and that's fine. You get that. You can get that. I'd rather more kind of beings come at me. And if they're not ready yet, I'll wait. You want to get the heart. Oh, that's you. That's you, girl. That's you. Okay. Anything else? Travel. Your life purpose involves traveling. Yes, and this travel is everything. Like, this is how we get to expand. You know, my Sagittarius moon. So traveling is a thing for the eye, but this is how we can expand. Sometimes I feel like I know that I'm very versed, and I feel like I haven't even traveled that much. I wasn't born in this country. I was born in Angola. My parents are both from Angola. I'm Angolan. So Angolana. Start speaking Portuguese. And I moved to England about 7 years, and I've only been out of the country twice now. I was going to say once. Once when I was with my dad and my sister when like back in the 2000s, and then most recently I went to Atlanta to a HBU event. I went to a conference out there, Hidden Power University, Nazira, and it's like I haven't traveled much. But one thing I do, I take loads of trips inland. So I meet a lot of people. And okay, if you can't leave you can't leave your town, if you can't leave your continent or the country, leave your town for a bit. I take a lot of short trips, many short trips. Move, travel, don't just be stagnant. I think we're kind of off this, post Cold Wars and stuff like that we used to have. I know they're all about some people can't go to this area, that area because of this affiliation or this affiliation. We have to stop all of that. Move, travel. Don't get stuck in one place. Don't like move beyond what you can see. The horizon is vast. Okay, the horizon is great. We should be moving all the time. We should be just doing things. Like, you can't be just an East Londoner and stay in East all your days. That's ridiculous. Go to South. I mean, I did that. I went to Harrow University. Harrow Wildstone College, because I'm just traveling like that. I came from East, go all the way to Northwest, or it was even Middlesex at that time. I went to Roehampton University, which is Southwest. Yeah, I just like to travel. There's no point being stagnant. And my point was traveling makes you a more versed individual. You get to meet different people, understand different cultures, and you can find different cultures in neighboring towns. Yeah, get to know the world. It's vast, it's huge, it's big. Like, don't get stuck. Don't stay stagnant. Don't stay in your little box. Stand on your square, but let your box move around as well. Yeah, so Okay. Anything else you're gonna want? All right, I've been here for an hour, and I think we're good. We're good. We're gonna share this, and I was gonna do my own love reading. I was gonna do a love reading for my sister as well, but she's not online right now, and I don't really want to put her shit out there like that without her saying so. So yeah, but thank you for hanging out later on. So you're not here right now live, but it's so good. Let me know if you like it. Like, give me a like so I know it's good. It moved you, and I can do more. I'll do more. And I wonder what put people off. Is it because I said donate? Like, you can't donate. I didn't even give you a price. Like, come on, can't donate. Anyways, my connection is finished now, so I guess that's my coup. All right, I give thanks for you all. Much love, much peace, abundance to you all. You know, self-love first, knowing thyself physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and being the highest self. Okay, meaning not just being stuck in which gateway you came from, but learning the not so good parts of your gateway and transmute that shit. Okay, make it best for you to fly, not with broken wings, with refastened, regained wings. Irie. I'm wearing orange because today's Orange Day, baby. Soul Day, yeah, 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 yeah. And white too, but that's how we do it, boo. Ciao.